Rhythm is life. Rhythm is soul. I say, let's get it right this time. Let love unfold.
What's happening with you, Zoe? Sitting there, you look like a cat with a bird in your mouth.
Gosh, it's just so sweet to see how it's like this organic process. Like, you know, I'm not interested really in seeking anymore. I'm just, just noticing that the presence is always available, always here. And then this other stuff just seems to happen, like noticing that, oh my gosh, this kid who's always late to my class, usually it would be like, why are you disrupting, and it was just like, wow, look at that.
That just happened.
Yeah, that just happened. So much less resistance.
Good.
Which is so, it just permeates everything. Yeah.
Initially you find, and this eventually changes too, but initially you find less resistance and more acceptance.
Yeah.
Until there's no resistance and no need for acceptance.
And nothing to accept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just is.
Yeah.
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 The trick is continually coming to see. You've got to keep doing this. Yeah.
Yes.
Coming to see what you're not. That's the trick. Coming to see what you're not. Yeah. The more you come to see what you're not, the more of what you are gets revealed.
Yeah. Like it like I said, it just feels so organic, so natural. Like before I would try to be patient. Now there's just space for patience to be there. Yeah.
Patience is just non-acceptance of or impatience is just non-acceptance of what is.
Yes.
That's all it is.
And it's already there. So.
It's ridiculous. That's why I sometimes use that analogy. You have a 3 or a 4-year-old child that's got an ice cream cone, and the ice cream falls off the cone. They're just about to lick it, and the ice cream falls off the cone and hits the ground. You would expect most children to cry about that or go into a big story about that. They've just lost their ice cream. Now, that, even when you see a child do that, react that way, you can't help but feel warm towards them. Oh, you just can't help it.
Yeah.
Now, we would expect a child to behave that way. We behave that way as adults all
Completely.
all day long, and don't realize it. We
all
don't
day
realize.
long.
Yeah. All day long. Into, in resistance around what is.
Throwing tantrums. Yeah, I see it, and I catch myself with it now too. It's like, oh, there I'm acting like I'm a person who's
like I can do anything about anything.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, but I don't feel really judgment about that. I just wonder how long I'll keep reacting. Yeah.
Reacting. That's a great. Even that's really good to look at. Reacting. Yeah. All the human being does all day long is react. Constantly reacting, either to somebody else or, I don't know, you can be by yourself driving along in the car and somebody cuts you off and you're like, you bloody idiot or whatever. It's just, we're just constantly are reacting. There's even reactions going on in our own mind. Yeah. It's just constantly reacting.
Yeah.
Now, where's free will in that? Really? Where's free will?
Yeah. And yet we say that we're free, but until we wake up, there's absolutely no freedom. It's just mechanical.
Yeah. All we've got is when we say we're free, or we say I've got free will, all we've got is a concept around that.
Yeah.
And the concept of free will, yeah, or the concept of freedom is believed. And the concept can hardly be free will, and the concept can hardly be freedom. It's a concept.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even around me, the personal self. We have a concept of personal self. Pure concept. Then we take the concept to be me. It's bizarre.
It's really bizarre. It's like
It
we're so insane.
Yeah. When you really start to see this, when it really starts to dawn on you what's been going on and what's compared to what's actually going on, you're like, how did we miss this?
Yeah, exactly.
How did we miss
exactly this? Like the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
It's like, how can you miss the elephant in the room?
Yep.
But I missed it until I didn't.
Same.
Yeah.
Absolutely did.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Yeah,
did.
completely. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like I remember when I first heard the non-duality thing about, well, you're not born, and I was like, what the hell? I saw my nephew being born. How can you say that? I was there. I saw him come out. We are born for sure.
Yeah. But then even if you look at that, yeah, you have a concept of what your nephew is.
Yes.
And then we think the concept was born. We really do.
Yeah.
We literally do. You have a concept about your nephew. Yeah. And then you would say, without realizing it, oh yeah, that concept was born. That's what actually happens. Yeah. Or somebody dies. Yeah. Just the concept of the person dies. That's all. That's what's actually happening.
Yeah.
This just makes up a wonderful, it is wonderful. Yeah. It just makes up these wonderful stories about self, other, the world. Yeah. And then we take our own personal story to be self, other, and or the world. Why would my personal story, the one that's going on in me, be me or the world or somebody else? Why? When there's 8 billion other people on the planet all doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
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 Mind creates the world. Yeah. Yet the world I'm actually pointing to is not the world that the mind thinks it is. The you that I'm actually pointing to is not the me that the me thinks it is.
That's a tongue twister.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there a world? Yep. It's just not what you think it is.
Yeah.
Is there a you? Yep. It's just not what you think it is. It's the thinking that's the problem.
Yeah.
So it's totally that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to have an opinion of your own personal me, and someone else is going to have an opinion of your own personal me, and they'll be different. Which one's right? Oh, then we'd say, oh, well, clearly mine, because mine's personal. But it's conceptual. It's all conceptual, And a way to test that is with the amnesia pointer that I use. If we create amnesia in you right now, complete amnesia. In relation to personal self, I'm talking about when I say that. Yeah, you'll still know a car's a car and a door's a door and a person's a person. Yeah, so I'm not talking about a lobotomized amnesia. Just in relation to personal self, if we're able to create pure, absolute amnesia to the point that when you looked in the mirror, you didn't recognize the face looking back at you. That kind of amnesia I'm talking about. Yeah. Where does Zoe go? Personal Zoe I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
personal Zoe is not even there. Yeah. Yeah.
gone.
Yeah. Gone.
And all we've done is eliminate memory. And memory is nothing but thoughts. So you want to, try and work out who the me is? It's memory. Only.
I just thought of that, like memory breaks down into me more.
Yeah. More.
Me more-y.
Yeah.
Me more-ing.
Yeah. My, mine. Yeah.
The other cool thing I've noticed, which I just want to report, is like some of the, like, waking up in the morning, this anxiety would be like the first thing that I would feel. I'd be like, oh shit, there it is again. But it's very much diminishing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's just, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Big difference to
Yeah.
waking to the now as opposed to waking from one dream into another dream.
Into another dream. Yes.
Which is totally the me.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you just wake to the now, what causes, what need is there for anxiety now?
Yeah.
Like, you look around, nothing's going on. Yeah. But then the mind imagines stuff that's going on. Yeah. And then there's a sensation that's experienced. We go, oh, that's anxiety. Yeah. Which then feeds the mind.
Yeah, and pushing it away, like, but there's just less pushing away of stuff, which is
great. Great.
Yeah,
Great.
it's
Just
great.
leave it be. Yeah. That mind that's operating, you're like words sometimes, really. But anyway, the mind that you're experiencing, Zoe, yeah, that mind that's operating, it's completely independent of you. You got nothing to do with it. It's not even talking about you. It's not personal. It might as well, seriously, be happening in somebody else. And why do I say that? Because it is happening in somebody else. Everybody's experiencing this mind, yeah, and they live in there and take that to be the reality. Oh my God. And then what we do, like, if we come back to the amnesia pointer, so let's return the memory now. Yeah, so we've returned it. Oh shit, now you can remember who you are. Oh God. If you're right, and there'll be all this stuff going on in there. Yeah. It's like memory is just a description of what, this is really important. Memory is a description of what mind thinks has happened. But what mind thinks has happened never happened.
Yeah.
Didn't happen. Just makes up stories about stuff all the time. And so effectively what we do, and this is like, you guys would have heard the expression, the definition of insanity, repeating the same mistake and expecting a different result. Yeah. It's a much better one than that. Bringing the past into the present and calling that me. That's insane. That's the true insanity. You can't bring the past into the present. It's not possible, yet we do. Because we believe what we are is what the mind is saying, which is memory, thoughts, ideas, beliefs, assumptions. Yeah. And then me, mind, gets on this path and goes looking for presence awareness consciousness. You know, that presence awareness consciousness that you're already experiencing? It goes looking for this. The hell? It's absurd. Yeah. So that entity that believes it's now on this non-dual path, it's now seeking its true nature. Yeah. That entity that believes it's going to one day find awareness, beingness, consciousness, yeah, that entity that's trying to find this is not conscious, nor aware, nor being, and never can experience consciousness, awareness, and beingness. That's why it's constantly missed.
Yes.
Totally constantly
yes.
missed. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Look at any train of thoughts. Any train, I don't care what they are. Any train of thoughts in the mind, and ask yourself the question, are any of those thoughts conscious? Are any of those thoughts aware? Now, all you can do to really, compare is to compare now. You are conscious and aware now. This experience, compare this experience to whether or not a thought is experiencing this experience. So much so that the thought is now conscious and aware, yeah, of consciousness and awareness. You'd have 2 points of consciousness. Again, that's the duality. But you only need to look. Just look for yourself. Seriously, look for yourself. What particular thought is experiencing consciousness? I'm talking about experiencing it. If it was experiencing consciousness, it would be conscious of this that's conscious of it. Just clearly it's not. The consciousness is here. The awareness is here. The beingness is here. Yeah. And we are aware of and conscious of mind from here. We're totally aware of thoughts. Totally. They happen all bloody day long. Yeah. We're aware of them. Yeah. But then the mind plays a little trick there and says that's aware of the thoughts is me. Me is the thoughts. And we're all sitting in the best seat in the house to look to see if what I'm saying is true. Yeah. I'm always trying to get people to look for yourself. Yeah, I'm constantly pointing. People get hung up on the pointing finger sometimes, I know. Yeah. Look at what I'm pointing to. Look for yourself. Look.
Yeah.
Just see what. Yeah. Then it becomes yours.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'll never say you need to believe. I will never say that. I might sometimes say it's like a leap of faith, yeah, or let go and trust. I might say that, yeah, but I'll never say believe. Just believe what I'm saying, and you'll be okay. You won't be until it becomes yours. Until you see
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great. Yeah. Like you will be experiencing, I dare say, Zoe, holy shit, free will. Free will, it becomes absurd. It really does. It becomes absurd, this notion of free will. Absolutely absurd. The only time will is free is in the absence of me. Then will is free. But there's no one that there's no one there that has the will. Then it's just everything is just functioning and just happening without little old me getting in the way and going, oh, I like that. No, I don't like that. I don't want it to be this way. But it is this way.
Yeah.
It is this way. You can not want it to be this way all you like, but it is this way. The ice cream just dropped off the cone.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, man. Like I get the same.
It didn't work.
No. It doesn't. It doesn't. Good, Zoe. Awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And you notice that there's no doing. You notice there's no doing, Zoe. Yeah. Yeah. It's just being aware of what the hell's actually going on here.
Yes.
That's all.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening? Where's the truth in all of this? Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried belief for years. I tried to believe in a God. I tried to believe in an interventionist God, something that I could pray to that would help me and so on and so on. And it just didn't cut the mustard here. I just kept coming up with, there's got to be a truth.
Yeah.
Now, that wasn't me that was saying, there's got to be a truth. That thought just arose. There's got to be a truth. There's got to be something that's true. Nothing. There is no me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't say that was my thought. That's just what arose. And in some people, what arises is all I need to do is believe in Jesus. Hallelujah. And for them, that's okay. And it seems to work. That's okay. They're not responsible for that thought either.
Yeah.
Jesus is the, God or whatever. They're not responsible for that either. And or believing in that. They're not responsible for that either. That's just what's happening. But some of us just go, nah, that's, I can remember saying, if I can't meet God and shake hands with him, I'm not interested in spirituality.
Yeah.
I really
the direct experience. Yeah. The
Yeah.
absolute direct experience.
And there was something in me that was saying that was possible. It was possible. People that were running on a belief used to call me arrogant because I believed that it was possible. Yeah. But they were seeing me as a separate individual. That's why they would have called me arrogant.
Right.
Who are you to think you can meet God?
Yeah.
And I don't know who I am, but something in me is saying it's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing.
And that's why sometimes I say to people, relax. All of this that's happening has got nothing to do with that you're taking yourself to be, the personal me. The fact that, that there's dawnings that are happening or realizations that are happening. Yeah. It's got nothing to do with the personal me. Zero.
Right. And that's such a big trap too,
Yeah.
getting caught up in, oh, I've had an epiphany.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Yeah. Yep. But then you just catch that and have a giggle. Go,
Yeah.
oh, there it is again. Just have a giggle. Yeah. then let go, and then just here, fresh, next moment, here.
Yeah.
It's
And
all,
dropping all concepts that thinking, oh, I know something. Well, thinking I know something is a belief. Yeah.
it is, because ultimately the place that you end up is you don't know anything.
Yeah.
But here's the catch with that. You know you don't know anything. That's the little paradox there. Yeah. And that knowing is quite profound. Yeah. I know that I don't know that I don't know. Yet somehow in that, and this is the paradox, you know everything. I know that dualistically, I know that can't make sense. I know it can't make sense. Yeah, that's why it's sometimes referred to as a paradox. But, like, what's left to know if I say, well, all that stuff I know, yeah, but there's a whole lot of stuff I don't know. Now, I know that I know all the stuff that I know, and I know the stuff that I don't know. Both points are knowing. I know that I don't know. I know that I know. They're both points of knowing.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I've had some people say to me, oh, well, if you wake up and you know everything, then theoretically you should just be able to sit here and speak Chinese to us all of a sudden, never having learnt the language. And I just giggle and I go, no, I know that I don't know Chinese. I know. It's a completely, that knowing that I'm referring to is something outside of duality, outside of what the mind believes knowing is. Completely outside of it. Yeah. I know that I know that I don't know. It's all cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm no thing and yet I'm everything. Paradox. I'm no thing yet and yet I'm everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. I love that Nisargadatta's thing about wisdom or whatever. It's like that. I know that I'm nothing is wisdom, and knowing that I'm everything is love. I love that little statement. I don't have it quite correctly, but yeah.
It goes, knowing that I'm nothing is great wisdom, supreme wisdom, knowing that I'm nothing. Yeah. Knowing that I'm everything is pure love.
Yeah.
Pure. That word, even pure, is inadequate. That's why I keep saying it. I'm trying to put meaning to the word pure. Yeah. And then there's just like then the functioning, if you like, and again I have to use dualistic language, swings between knowing and not knowing. Yeah.
Like, just going to drive the car. Oh, I know this is my car. And then, is that what you're saying?
Well, it goes from like an absence, yeah, to love. Absence to love.
Absence
to love.
Mm.
And the absence it's a absolute, again I've got to use words, sorry, but it's just an absolute stillness, like a pond without one ripple on it. Yeah. And the me was the bloody ocean in a hurricane. Thoughts, it's like the ocean all the waves, everything that's going on top of the ocean. Yeah. Absolute still to nothing. Quiet, still, calm. Yep, there's being, there's consciousness, and there's awareness. But in that state, you're not conscious of anything. That's not to say that things disappear. There's just no, you're just conscious of being conscious. Conscious of, you're just conscious.
Mm.
And that's what mind is trying to chase. And yet, that's your direct experience right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the only thing that overlays that experience is the mind.
Yeah.
Covers it.
Yeah.
Just covers it. That's all. Yeah. So that's why this process is about coming to see what you're not. And the more you come to see what you're not, yeah, the more the mind quietens down. It just quietens down, 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 down. Oh, gone. Yeah. And it's no longer producing a personal me. Then it's just used as all the other senses are used. It's a tool. Seeing is a sense. Seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling, thinking. They're all senses. Yeah. Thinking, the sixth sense. Or you could call it the first one. Who says we have to name the thinking the sixth one?
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, there's senses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thinking is pretty profound. It's same as seeing, hearing.
Yeah. When you say it that way, boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the body gets born into a world, and that poor old sixth sense, what gets driven into it is a me from the surroundings.
Yeah.
Parents, everything. Yeah? And then me gets created. The me wasn't born. Yeah. That's what's meant by, and I know most people miss it, but that's what's meant by before God,
I am.
I am.
Yes. Thank you.
Because God comes after.
Yeah.
Later on, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We don't. A 2-month-old baby doesn't know what a God is. Hasn't learnt that yet. It doesn't have that concept yet. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Terry.
Pleasure.